Shoppers did an excellent job holding up the economy. Retail sales rose more than expected with 0.6% of a gain. Joe Tigay of Equity Armor Investments is standing by. Joe, this is terrific news for the economy, which is not what the Fed wants to see as it plans rate cuts for this year. What can you tell us?
Yeah, this is something we've been talking about all year long. The market's expectation for rate cuts to start the year, 6 or 7 cuts from the Fed. That's a lot to ask, especially given the fact the economy is hanging in there. CPI last week wasn't better than expected. It was not quite as good enough to get those 6 cuts. We still have this strong economy, hot consumer. The Fed has been saying 2 cuts. The market's expecting 6 cuts. We have to meet somewhere in between. And last year when we saw this Fed forcing the market's hand saying, hey, come back to us, we're higher for longer. We saw some hiccups. This happened at the end of July, and we saw the 10-year rise all the way up to 5%. So there might be some hiccups. Also, remember, Angie, this isn't too uncommon. February and March, seasonally high points of the year for volatility. So we should expect some volatility through those months.
What do you think about the VNEC Bitcoin ETF already set to liquidate, blaming poor performance and investor interest?
Yeah, so, I talked about last week, Bitcoin, it's a very risky investment. For me, stock markets have gone up and down. People have called them bubbles sometimes, but they always recovered. And the reason is because when the stock market goes lower, it's a better value to buy stocks. The problem I have with Bitcoin, when it goes lower, you're not getting any better value. You're not getting anything extra for owning something less. That for me is a warning sign. History of bubbles have shown when the price goes lower and the value does not increase, you might be witnessing a bubble.
You're sticking with that Bitcoin bubble call. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.